or in Piri. He goes to okay, Salaula, okay, to get maybe needs something now, a t-shirt, okay, because these are some of the things maybe that have appeared. Okay, or maybe he wants a ripped. So he goes to Salaula Ho and Piri. So there he wants to fit in, yeah, with the trend of fashion. So now it's a hip of Salaula. Okay. So this guy is going to take a lot of time, huh? Okay, according to what he feels will be the ideal choice. Huh? Okay, you want to find what that one which is ripped here and there, or what such things. So it's going to take some time. Huh? So what he's looking for is what criterion. He's going to have the terms of reference that he's going to have. Those are the preferences. So equally, when you are trying to install this technology, there are certain things that you need to look at. Yeah. So you are not just going to say, we're going for iris scan. No, but you are going to look at certain factors. Okay. So you're going to look at certain factors. So here, these are the factors that now we are going to look at. Okay. You are not just going to recommend any biometric, but are going to look at certain factors. Here we go now. So the first factor you should look at is accuracy. There are several biometrics modalities. Several biometrics modalities, just like the features that you have. Okay? People have different features that can be used to identify them. So, but then you are going to look at one of those biometrics or that looks at a feature that is going to be accurate. So these features are those that will define an individual as unique completely from the rest. That one which is going to minimize the duplicates, okay, or errors of allowing someone who is not authorized. That's what you're going to look at. So you're going to first of all to look at accuracy. So maybe you need to sit down with the management and talk about this. You sit down and discuss. What do we consider to be accurate? What do we consider to be accurate, okay, authentication or identification in our case? Okay? So when you hear people talk, okay, you don't need to do a lot of talking. So you hear people talk. Okay, we need this. And then that's when now you can recommend, isn't it? That's what you will do. Okay, first you listen. So accuracy will be one of those criteria. Okay, just like Soko trying to get a ripped from a huge heap of Salaula. So he's going to have in mind what he will consider to be the ideal choice. Okay. Then the next thing, okay, I was talking to myself, then it means that time. Why? Okay, Owen might go into a shop, okay, Owen Piri. He might go into a shop again, okay? This time, not to Salaola, but he goes to some shop that is class. Okay, maybe he's looking for those sneakers, maybe Jordan, yeah? So he looks for one, that's the only stock that is remaining. He quickly goes there and grabs it, okay? Before anyone else could do, touch it, so he takes it. He hasn't even heard the price. He hasn't heard the price at this moment. So he grabs it, and then maybe that's the last one that was remaining. Okay, those people that had that capacity to buy, they leave the shop. Okay, anyway, that was the only stock that was remaining. They leave him. But now, guess what? Of course, he has chosen quite well. But now, when he hears the cost, the price, I get so surprised, and I quickly just goes out, upset, because now he can't afford. So what are we talking about? What we're talking about is that when you are buying something, even if you belong to an organization that has quite some huge capital investment, they will still the cost will still matter. The cost of something or equipment will still matter to them. Okay, so in this case, when we are looking at biometrics, then it means we are looking at the cost of hardware. We're also going to look at the software that will be required, okay, to run on that hardware. The hardware, for example, we are going to look at the hardware. For example, we are going to look at the gadgets, maybe fingerprint sensors, maybe cameras or scanners. So that could be the hardware we are looking at. So hardware, then software. What's the software that is going to utilize that such input devices? Okay, and also maintenance cost. You won't forget about the cost of ownership. So the maintenance cost will be the cost of ownership of this technology. Now look at this. There are going to be also expertise, the capacity that is required for us to keep on maintaining such equipment. Okay. Is there somebody that can fix a fingerprint sensor, for example? So all such a consideration that you're going to look at, isn't it, Laxon? So you're going to look at such factors. So you sit down and also look at that. So there are other modalities, there are other biometrics installation, other biometrics technology that may be cheaper, okay? That may be cheaper, but may be accurate, okay? So you are going to look at this relative to the other. In fact, by the time that you finish this, after discussing all these modalities or all these different types of biometrics, we are going to also discuss now the characteristics of all these and try to compare them. So there's that part. So that will help Piri so that he does make a good decision when he's the only expert that they will have there. Okay? So we move on. So after considering the cost, also you look at user acceptance. User acceptance. Now this is important because however you invest in something that is so expensive and that you yourself would think this is the better implementation, but if users do not accept it, then that project is total failure. It becomes a total failure. Okay? It becomes a total failure because you have heard of such things as a white elephant. Have you heard about that term? A white elephant. What does that mean, you guys? This is to test if people are listening now. The term white elephant, where is it used? Are people listening? Just give it a try so that Okay, you raise your hand. Yeah?
Okay, you raise your hand. Yeah?
Yes, you raise your hand before you talk. Okay. Yesterday, you know where to tap. Okay. Good. George. Yes, George. So white elephant, what does that mean? Perhaps you have heard about that. George, you're taking long now. Okay, Zulu. Zulu. Yes, Ben, Zulu.
Yes, sir. White elephant is something that is very expensive or costs a lot of money to maintain.
That costs a lot of money. Okay. So someone now finish what he's saying, what Zulu is saying, something that costs a lot of money. Then what? it has cut Zulu. Joshua, you try.
Something that is very difficult to maintain.
Ah, okay. We are looking at what? User acceptance. Eh?
Wow.
Hmm. Okay.
Lie down.
Hey, Joshua. Okay. When you hear, especially opposition, yeah, okay, people in opposition they talk about such things. They like doing, they like talking about that. They are the ones that, okay, people in opposition, they are the ones that especially focus on such things. So white elephant is where you invest in something. You invest in something, maybe like, for example, that university. Okay. Maybe let's see. I think in Cincinnati there is also another university. There's that university there. Okay, there's a university that they are still building there. I don't know whether they are still working on it. Paul Mushindo, you guys, you should know about that one. Paul Mushindo University. Now look at this. So perhaps the investment is going to be there, but then maybe it's not going to be completed. Okay, so then it becomes a white elephant, that thing. Okay, investment has been done, but it's not used. Okay, so even in technology, you might invest in technology like this. Maybe user acceptance, maybe there are such people that talk a lot, like we said earlier on. Then they steer the rumors, they are rumor mongers. They say, now they're going to take all your whatever. Yeah, you find yourself in social media once they take these features from you and so on, they will get your money in your bank account, such kind of talk. So people don't accept that technology. Okay. Now management has invested in that. So you can imagine what that would be like. We store the technology that is never used. So it is important that there is user acceptance whenever you're proposing to implement such technology or such access control. Right? So how can you do that? How can you make sure that there is user acceptance? How can you make sure that there is less or no rejection? What do you think can be done so that your implementation is going to be accepted and successful? Yes, Mary.
Sir, I think what you should do, you should send out the questionnaires, you find out what the users want you to make the system. Then after finding out, you can begin now to develop the system based on those things that they have suggested.
Very good. So there is that engagement that is required. Yes, Gabriel. How would you go about it?
Yes, sir. I think you also need to understand in terms of the level of understanding the people that will be using the system.
Exactly. That's true as well. That's true. So we're going to look at the audience, the audience that you are going to look at. You're going to see, okay, here, how is it? People able to, okay, to actually pay attention to the iris sensor, for example. Can they be comfortable with that? Okay, being scanned in their iris or retina scan. So you are going to find out through the engagement with them. First, I've learned about system installation, implementation. Okay, where you try to do some feasibility study. Okay, Actually, that's another consideration. So user acceptance. So you may make sure that people are eager to use that technology. They will be happy with it. They will see that their lives have improved. So that is user acceptance. Very vital. Very vital. Then once they have accepted, the cost is okay. Okay, it is accurate. It is cost effective, and then users are eager to use it. Okay. Now next comes to feasibility, technical feasibility. Yeah. So technical feasibility. You guys know about this. Can you educate us? Okay. Let those that know about technical feasibility come out now to educate us. So what is this technical feasibility? Again, two participants. Okay. Mary. So we shall be alternating. Okay. Yes, Mary.
About technical feasibility, so the biometric system that you are using, it should be technically feasible and compatible with the existing infrastructure and the technology that you are using as an organization.
Yeah, that's true. Exactly. And Gabriel, are you able to compliment her?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so meaning that you need to look at the capacity of the current technology that which is in place, because you might go for a system which is way beyond the operating capacity of the current system, of which at the end of the day an organization will just end up incurring losses.
Yes, that's very true. Mm-hmm. So when you are trying to choose that one, you're supposed to make sure that it's going to be able to work, maybe with the existing infrastructure that you have, with the existing technology that you have, okay? Because you may find that what you are trying to implement, if you didn't carry out technical feasibility, you discover that they are incompatible. Or maybe you start facing a lot of errors, okay? Maybe inaccuracies, false acceptance, okay? Or false rejections, all that. In the end, you don't even achieve what you want to achieve. So technicality, technical feasibility, actually, this goes to a point where now you look at even the technical expertise, the capacity that is there in the organization. Are you going to be maintaining your technology through outsourcing, or you're going to maintain it yourselves? Are you going to raise the capacity, for example, of the people that are already employed? Okay. For example, some of you are going there. Of course, we are putting in nice there. We are preparing you. I'm sure your first year was that one which had okay, your colleague had a very practical first year, and I'm sure I'm confident that you had a very good practical first year as well. So we want people from there to come out of that university. They have a practical know-how of how to do things. So that when you get into an organization, you know, okay, you are technically, okay, uh, you are technically able to handle the technology. So that is something to look at. Do we have those people within? Are we going to think about looking for such people, such expertise elsewhere? Or we are going to look at them within, from within? So that is something to also consider, technical feasibility. Otherwise, it may be installed. Okay, quite all right. You ask those vendors, those people that they install for you, okay, and leave it working just once in a while. It develops some faults, develop some fault. So what happens? Okay, maybe it's people from, okay, maybe people from UK that came. So what happens? So such things. So perhaps during the time that they are installing, you may think of what? Raising the capacity by training people within, okay, from within, so that you keep on maintaining it yourselves. But I can assure you such things, it is very tricky. Those people who just install, okay, install. Okay, of course, maybe, yeah, of course, train you to use it, okay, but to give you that knowledge to maintain, it's never a good idea on their part. That's how it is. Yeah, anyway, that's about technical feasibility. Okay. I hope you guys take note as we are discussing. It's quite important you jotting out certain things here and there. You try to relate with the reality. Okay, good. Another thing now, you look at the security. Now that is where now we are looking at controlling access. Actually, this is access control. This is one of the access control. Remember. So now you look at the security. How secure is it going to be? How secure is it going to prevent unauthorized access? Even hacking. Remember, we talked about information in the biometrics being stored just like the other conventional information. So is this going to be secure as well? Is that going, for example, when you are purchasing that from the supplier, are you going to also factor in so that maybe this thing comes with what? Comes with maybe firewall or things like that already. So we're going to also look at that so that information of biometric data is protected against unauthorized access through hacking and other security threats that might come. So that is another factor. After all, the goal that you want to do to achieve is security, not convenience where people just start bragging about, as at our work, we use biometric. No, you are not going to just introduce that, that kind of bragging where people, okay, they're telling others how advanced their workplace is. You are not going to do that. Or how the university, maybe some of you, you remain there, you'll be retained. Say, okay, you stick around at Kapasa Makasa, okay, as our technical man. One there, the time you are just coming there, okay, people are scanned at the gate. Good. What else would you look for? Scalability. Okay. So when
Yes, I think you should leave room for the system to expand in development or maybe updates in the future.
yeah. Mm-hmm. That's very true. So in this case, like that example, okay, Rabbi.
Yes, I think scalability, we're just talking about expanding the system in order to accommodate the number of users.
That's scalability as well, huh? Okay. Mary, okay, Mary the given up, which is covered there. Okay. So basically what you are saying is true. Whether the initial installation can grow, the initial installation can grow to a point where it can accommodate, for example, more users. Okay. For example, if we are using this system to provide access control to a certain resource, we can still add some more resources and still use it and still apply the same access control, biometric access control. You get the sense, huh? You are using the same. Are you going to maybe if you want to protect another additional resource, Maybe, for example, the mail server. So maybe there's a database server and then there's a mail server. You see that? So mail server and a database server. Then you introduce the biometric control, biometric system to provide access control to the mail server. Now later on, okay, you think of what? Installing or implementing the database again in your organization. So, are you going to start looking for another biometric to what? To provide? So you would want the same what biometric that is there to also cascade and apply even there. That is being wise, isn't it? That is being wise and economical, isn't it? That is being wise and economical. So scalability is important. You think about that. Okay, is it going to be compatible with, for example, also other system, new systems that will come? Is it scalable in terms of also updates? Is it going to be updating according to the systems updates that come? So all those things are factors. You see that? So it's important to look at also scalability. Okay, good. Another thing is the issue that you wouldn't want to let go. Issues to do with privacy. So when you are looking at the choice of biometrics, you also look at is it going to raise an uproar? So some people, if they hear that you're going to start scanning them before they enter, wow, we look at how there's that physiological modality, maybe how you walk. So others might be concerned, are we just being scanned about how we walk, or something else is being examined? You see, so some people may start questioning. So in your choice, you're going to look at something that may be less privacy invade. Hey, we are looking at privacy. Now I'm giving an example, okay? Say you have iris scan, you have DNA and fingerprint. Which one do you think is going to raise an uproar when it comes to privacy issues? What do you think? Yes, Lawrence.
Yes, sir. I think the DNA will raise an uproar.
You're actually correct. So, of those two, you're going to think, of course, then you'd think, as we shall learn, DNA is actually a very powerful biometric. Okay? But, okay, Zulu is not going to like that one. He's not going to like that one. You will see why. As we progress, you will come to see why some people are going to resent. They're going to resent accepting this one. So it is going to be because of privacy. Okay, they would think, no, it's too much. Okay? So you look at that, because otherwise this privacy issue might lead to, okay, to issue number 3, to the factor number 3, yeah? Might lead to factor number 3. Okay? How can it lead to factor number 3? So it may lead to factor number 3, whereby people they don't feel like, okay, Gabriel.
Yes. It might lead to factor number 3, which is concerning about the user acceptance, meaning that for the users, they might think to say this is more than what is being said. There is probably maybe a hidden agenda. Why are they going further to deal with our DNA? Maybe they might use our information for something else of which it is against the access we have given them.
You are right, actually. True. In addition, Lawrence.
Yes, sir. Over what Gabriel said, suppose we make something which is a DNA worthless, then the users will not easily accept it, and it will not attract more users to use it.
Correct. Absolutely. That's true. So it might lead to less and less usage of this, because some people consider privacy to be so much important. Yeah. So it's a factor to look at. So you people, I can ask now those things, okay? These things can be asked, okay? Suggest the what? Suggest the factors to consider when you are trying to choose the biometric system to implement. So you do that. So and then finally we have purpose. So the purpose of the biometric system, such as access control, identity verification, should be taken into consideration when choosing a biometric technology. So this biometric technology can be applied in 2 ways. You can apply it in access control, where you need the authentication of people and authorization. Then also in identification. Okay, you will see actual application of these things as we go on. So access control, where you want to identify people that access certain resources, you want those only who are authorized. That's what you would want. Or you just want identification. Okay, you guys, now give me an example of where you would want to install biometrics for identification. In which situations or field of application would you apply this one? Such things would be asked. Okay, you might ask in which situation. Yes, during examination, true. Would want that to identify. Yeah. For example, in examination, how do you want how do it be applied? What is the problem that may exist where you would want this? Okay. Higher education officers. Okay. So, like for example, in examination, I'm interested. It looks interesting, that one, that particular one. Huh? Okay, examinations. What happens during exams? You know what happens sometimes? Some people try to, okay, Howard.
Yes, during examinations, there are some people vayavatinoona maybe kurembera vana vavo exam ena tarirembe.
Yes, yes, they are such. They say, just present this. Of course, like during the, okay, somebody who has just maybe a what? Maybe somebody who just have an examination slip. It just goes, maybe they're just saying, no, only those with examination slip, as if they have implemented a strong access control. No, examination, what slip? Or NRC. Now, this NRC that we have, me, I even wonder, you people, an NRC that we have, where the face appears, that's where the lines. Why? Have you ever wondered about that one? Huh? Where there is a face, that's where there are lines. Kind of what is that, Kanji? So it makes us wonder now. So in such cases, if people are just using maybe NRC and then maybe they're using also what? They're just using those examination slips. Somebody else can come in and write. And here we are a large crowd. For example, think about University of Zambia. That's a large crowd to control. But, okay, we can implement this system for identification, where they just maybe show their face, okay, iris scan, they gain access. And the beauty is that maybe nobody would even be there. No person would be even required there. You just discover the person gets denied entry automatically. No, if you are not talking. That's a bit about system. There's no talking, no wasting time. Others in a queue. Somebody's denied, is just denied, goes away. Okay, shamefully walks away. Honor that can be authorized. Okay, yeah, that's how it works. So you would look at the purpose. So the purpose of the biometric system would tell you which one to go for. Yeah. So now we are saying a comprehensive evaluation of these factors can help in selecting the most suitable biometric technology for a particular application. The even is look at Zulu to be so intelligent. Okay, at that particular moment, Zulu will be so wise. Okay, after he puts across all these factors, you say yes, these are the men that you want. Okay. But in take capacity, store. Be careful with these things, when you recommend them. One. Okay. Great. Let's make progress. Okay. Now it takes us to biometrics components, the basic components of a biometric system, or you might say architecture. Okay. You guys don't have architecture. If you have learned computer architecture, okay, anyway, one day you are going to learn about it, okay? Somewhere. So there is architecture, okay, how something has been constructed. You have heard about architects. So those guys, they develop plans of how a particular thing is going to look like. So likewise, okay, this is the basic logical. This is a logical component of a biometric system. This is not how it look like. You say, okay, there is that, it looks like this. This is just what? Illogical. To say there are such things. Okay. So we have just done an abstraction. Nice. So in general, it has these portions. Okay. So we have data store. Then we have, okay, we can start with input. It has input surface, okay, or sensor. So that is one component. Then we have the processing unit. Of course, that processing unit interacts with the data store. Yeah, data store and then output interface. Yeah, and then output what? Interface. So these are the basic components that are there. So now looking at them in detail, we have input interface or sensors. So this component is responsible for receiving what? For capturing a specimen. Okay, it is responsible for capturing a specimen, a human biological data, or a feature that you possess, and convert it in digital format. Okay, so we convert now that information, that feature that is from you, and we convert it to digital form. Okay, Okay, digital form is a form in which a computer is able to process. Yeah, in which a computer is going to be able to process. So some examples of such input sensors may be a metal oxide semiconductor, imager, or charge coupled device. Okay, in the case of face recognition, yeah. Then handprint recognition, where somebody would touch, okay, a palm, okay, where you would be required to put a palm somewhere and then it is scanned. Or iris or retinal recognition systems, where you are asked to look into something, okay, kudumbwira means into some gadget, okay, you look into there. Yeah, I can imagine how Zulu can feel. Maybe they're trying to scan his what? His retina. Now there are challenges. Maybe it's getting denied. Now we are opening. Just looking at this guy, opening his eyes. Entire out. Okay. So those may be some of those input sensors. There could be an optical sensor in case of fingerprinter. Yeah, maybe some of you have even used those, where it looks like a red, okay, a red light that comes there, then it scans your finger. Wow, nicely. So it could be that, or a microphone as well. In case of voice recognition, so you speak into some microphone, or a microphone may be hidden, like most of these what are these laptops. Okay, there's a microphone that is embedded. Initially, we used to buy, go and get headsets. What? Yeah, no. When you get here now, a laptop, it has those things embedded in there. So a microphone in case of voice recognition systems. So we'll get to that one. No worries if you hear about voice recognition, what, retina. Okay, just keep that for another day. Okay. Then we have another component, processing unit. Okay, processing unit. Now this is a microprocessor, okay, digital signal processor, or a computer that processes data captured from the sensors. So those computers are somehow designed in this similar pattern. Yeah, you have input devices, like for a computer. The pillars disappeared. Yeah, keyboard is one of them. What else? Okay, Olisi.
The mouse.
Mouse. Anything else? Courage. People are courageous.
Camera.
Yes, webcams.
A camera.
Good. Camera, microphone, those are input devices. So courage is courageous. These people. Are you really sure that German Shepherd, if it were to come, and if you may be even with your girlfriend cheating, no, my name was coined upon me because us we are fearless. We are proposing, we are passing along the road. Then a vehicle is coming out, maybe at a certain house. The security house, a vehicle is coming out. Yeah, there comes a German. Or what? West, the boo. Yeah, courage. Sa shaka gero bubisa. Okay, yeah. That's good. So yes, scanners. So we have all sorts of input here, you people. Great. Okay. Input devices. Yes, USBs. All those are beautiful. Nice. Okay, great. So now those input devices connect to the processing unit. So we have a processing unit here. That box that you see, a computer is the one that pictures this software. Okay, desktop, because it has all these separate components and there. Okay, you can even follow why. Okay, there's a mouse, then it inputs there. Okay, it inputs the command where a person clicks, and yeah, nice. But maybe if you have a laptop, okay, those are embedded there. Okay, so we have a processing unit, yeah. So we have a processing unit. It is storage. It is this same unit that facilitates that. Okay, if it is matching, this module matches. Okay, or even enhancing. Okay, they captured what? They captured feature. It enhances it, processing it so that now it is more clear and accurate. So that might be it. So this is a unit that is done, that does that. So it does these things. It gets an image and enhances it. It normalizes an image, sample normalization. Okay, if it is distorted, then feature extraction, even the feature to extract that same feature for storage. The feature extraction is where now you are enrolling for the first time. So it is this module that does that. It extracts the feature and then it stores it. Comparison of the biometric sample with all stored samples. That is another work of this processing unit. So it's the one that does the work of comparing. It is the one that So that's the work of extracted. Okay, the processing unit, that one. Now it works hand in hand with every unit there. Okay, so we have data store. We have data store. Okay, just hang on a bit, a minute. A second, not even a minute. Seconds done. Okay, good. So we have database store, obviously, storage, keep things, what. So the data store, it will store all those enrolled images or samples. So this will be there. Now you think you may feel that no, it's a joke to have a data store for biometrics. I can imagine this is where we need a lot of data. Okay, text data is less what is lower in size. Text information is as a lower capacity. It doesn't use so much capacity of memory. Okay, text input, but image input. Think of implementing a biometric system at that place, and you guys, we are going to store all those images, maybe of your faces. It's crazy. So it may need to have a very huge capacity. You see that? So that's why, okay, data stores should be big. So this is the also the storage where we make a reference when we are doing what the processing unit does. That is okay. The point number 4 on the processing unit. So the processing unit is going to recall if now there is need to authenticate someone or to provide identification of someone. So it's going to, the processing unit is going now to recall, to try to match. It's going to extract all that information from memory and try to run it against the feature that is extracted. Okay, the live data with it, run it through. Remember we talked about one-to-many relationship. Okay, one-to-many relationship where you present a live a live sample, and then we run it through against what we have stored from the data in the processing unit. So hence that's why you have seen that connection there. Actually, some diagrams would show you an interaction where, okay, the information, an arrow goes to the database, another arrow comes. Sometimes it may be costly to store this. Maybe you don't even have capacity to protect this information. So some people may think of storing all these samples or these extracted features elsewhere, somewhere in the cloud. But if you recommend that one, I'm sure you should seek what approval from somebody in administration. That one will say, that will be a cost. Yeah, we'll talk about that one, cloud biometrics. Okay, we'll learn about that one. So such may be some form of storage that you might have, EEPROM, RAM, okay, or a server that is dedicated just for that. Yeah. Today we have even that storage, long-term storage on laptop. What is it now? To some of the advanced laptops. Okay, which one is that? The laptop of Zulu. When you switch it on, yeah, first certain things must make some noise. So what are some of the modern storage that we have? What is it called? You guys should be up to date with the technology, isn't it? You should be telling the others those that are taking fisheries and so on. There's also this technology can use it. Yes, SSD. Good. Okay, Owen Perry has googled it. Yeah. So SSD, this is electronic, basically electronic storage. Okay, that is non-mechanical at all. You see, these hard drives that we have, okay, they are mechanical, just to rotate at some speed, and then some arm tries to access and read information from there, from the surface. That is mechanical, which is why now these things delay, right? But now you can imagine electronic storage is electronic. Electronic access, no movement. So you'd also look at what kind of storage you are going to have, isn't it? Yeah, but SSD to store so much, it is in the development mode, development stage where we have less, just like flash disks, how they started. Out today, exceeding certain capacity of computers, even the processing power. That's a beauty. Processing power of a phone is so advanced than some machines. Yeah. Okay. Nah, that's nice. Okay. All right, let's move on. So basically what we have looked at is this component. So I'm sure somebody should sing a song and try to draw, write something here and there, practicing. Not just practicing for an exam or for a test, but to know. Okay. So output interface. So there's also now an output interface. Just like on a computer, we have several output devices. Should be the decision. So the decision is made in the processing unit, and then it is communicated to you whether you are going to be allowed or they are going to deny. Okay, to deny you. You apply algorithms, or algorithms are applied. And where do you think these algorithms are going to be applied? Okay, comparing live samples with the samples stored in the database. Which part is going to handle such issues? Which component? Which component? Which component is going to handle that one? Processing unit, exactly. Yes. The processing unit is going to do that and then present the decision. Accept or reject a candidate. So basically, that's how it works. Okay. So the first thing is actually feature extraction. The first action will be, why do you think there should be first of all feature extraction? Of course, that feature extraction works even for a live sample, but initially this must be the first feature extraction. A live sample will undergo this same process. A live sample is going to undergo 1 and 2. A live sample is going to undergo the first time that acquiring of what feature is done, it is going to undergo through the process 1 and 2. Okay, 1 and 2 stored. Okay, that's the first time. Why do you think it is necessary to store, to do the initial what? Initial acquisition of a sample, extract those prominent features and store them. Why? Yes, Lawrence.
Yeah, so to my own understanding, I think it's for authentication.
Okay, for authentication, can you tell us finish?
Yes, sir. So, for example, maybe we've created for the extraction of the hostage. The iris will be captured in the processor. When it comes back, the processor verify is it really the same person who registered at first.
Yeah, now we finished. Good. So do you want such responses which are complete? Yeah, good. So of course you want to come and compare, isn't it? Otherwise, you are going to compare with nothing. That's why that storage is necessary. Okay. So the biometric sample is acquired from candidate user. The prominent features are extracted from the sample, and it is then compared with all the samples stored in the database. When the input sample matches with one of the samples in the database, the biometric system allows the person to access the resources. Otherwise, it is rejected. So graphically, okay, yeah, people are contributing. That's very good, Mwamba. True. What you have responded in writing is good. It's proper. Okay. Yeah. Good. So this is what is now pictured here. We have a visual aid that is helping us to appreciate what we are talking about. Sometimes English disappears, people. I can assure you. English sometimes will disappear. That's a problem. If only we were using now, it's still more. Even if we were to switch to our mother tongue, people don't know what to write. They know what to say, but writing, even if we were to switch to mother tongue, it can't work. So now, fortunately, we have another way to communicate. We have another way to communicate this one. Visual. Visual, at least you people can draw. So if English seems to be scanty, then you just drop in some images. Okay, so we have this particular one now. So they are just telling us to say, okay, this is an example of what might happen. So there is that enrollment first. Okay, somebody is enrolling. Yeah, sometimes it is important to enroll. Maybe, for example, if it's a fingerprint, you enroll 1 or 2 or more. Yeah, just in case one finger, what you go in the bush. Okay, start tilling the land here and there. Then that finger start developing cracks. Okay, I'm told in the south, where Gabriel may become from, there it is popular. So yeah, he needs to be very careful with a finger that he might wish to enroll. Okay, so if he goes by, maybe it would be best if he were to use maybe the left fingers, but now, yeah, left it's not convenient. Okay, so enrollment. So might wish to enroll 1 or 4 or more fingers. So that's a sample that might come. Biometric sample, then template extraction. It is converted here. Template extraction is converted to okay, to some digital form. Then it's stored. So the first part is the enrollment. So remember, as I said, during enrollment, first stage you go through step 1 and 2, where the feature is extracted and it's just stored. So now when we are accessing the system now, of course there is that process. Okay, sample is extracted. The template is now compared. So you get the template, extracted template. Okay, extracted template here. You also fetch from this storage here. You also fetch. Okay, okay. You fetch from there. Okay, you fetch from the memory. All those you have seen. Look at this. This image is communicating something. So these may be samples. They are extracted and they are stored. A variety of them. Then your sample comes there. Then it is compared there, and then a decision is made there. So you fetch everything that is there to be used for comparison. Yeah. You search everything, you get everything there and use them for comparison. So you can collect a number of these, number of samples, a number of features. There at extraction, you fetch one, you get one, and compare it with so many of these extracted stored features, and then a decision is made from this other end. Yeah. So maybe some of you at in your final year, if I told this program was a project or something, yeah, somebody might wish to use to try to maybe develop an application and just try to implement a biometric system. Why? That may be just a project that can get you at graduate. Yeah. Say, I'm going to think about, okay, designing an application that is going to implement a biometric system. Then you buy those gadgets, install drivers, all that. Or maybe you try to use the same camera that you have. You see that? You try to use the same camera on your laptop. And yeah, you try to just use that basically. Okay, you develop an app, maybe a web app, and then that can be a wonderful project, and people can be happy with you. Say, they are talking about how they answered. That's a beauty. An organism. There are such terms. So people have, okay, they coin terms. We have just been talking, we talk just nicely. Initially in our mother tongue, we were just talking nicely, and there, then somebody came and started talking about, okay, we talk about the brain. The brain it's quite, and that's how we have been raised. Then somebody comes in and say, no, it's a cerebrum. That is confusing. Okay? So even here we have terms. So we have what we are calling biometric templates. Okay? Okay, this is a digital reference of the distinct characteristics that are extracted from a biometric sample. So that's a biometric template. In enrollment stage, you get even some information related to yourself. Why? So we do such things at enrollment, so that if it is it has to do with identification, then we can know you. When we can know you, why? Now, where there are such names, such names as those names which are, how can we get around that? Okay, names which are the same. Okay, for example, we have so many malaikas. People have loved the Gabriel names. Okay, so now we have okay. Anyway, then we'll take into consideration even the surname. Why? So surnames. Now we discover that even surnames, again the surnames are matching. How far can we go? You people, that's for you to think about. We don't have that problem right now. Okay, some problems just reserve them for later time. Just leave it. Okay, yeah, but what we are saying is that we need to have that information that will be able to tell us to say, okay, this match now is for this particular individual. Then there's that one, false acceptance rate. Okay, which is the measure of possibility that a biometric system will incorrectly identify and you guys, let's meet tomorrow. This same time. So tomorrow we are going to carry on.
No question.
Question. Okay. Let's start with questions. Do you have questions?
No questions, sir.
Questions, sir.
Or people want to just go. No question. Somebody said sorting, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Yeah, sorting. Good. Somebody knows about sorting. This is impressive. Wonderful. So we are going to talk about actually sorting someday. This is brilliant. Sorting, sort. Beautiful. Okay, cool. Okay, if there's no question, that's brilliant. It means people have understood. We are assuming that people have understood. Sometimes people just keep quiet and they are moving on like that. You know, it reminds me of what happens where people are lifting something. Okay, people are lifting something heavy. Some people, especially the tall ones, the ones that bear the brunt of how something is heavy. Then they are, I don't know, Sarifianji may be shorter. Then Sarifianji is among those people. Then she is also holding. She's just barely just touching and moving with the others. And everybody comes and start commending. Everybody say, this group did a good job. Can't she? Sarifianji was just touching it. Okay? So there may be such people. Okay, we'll just go together, just like that. But I believe that we have benefited. That's the beauty. The entire class has benefited. 49 connections. We are safe. We should be safe. Okay, let's meet tomorrow exactly at the same time. Okay, 17. Okay, cool. All right. See you. Start going through that material. But of course, I can promise to you that I can promise to you that sometimes there may be issues with online learning may be a challenge. So in case we don't get this or that, we will still meet each other face to face someday. So no worries about that. That's how it is. We usually come there and try to do some intensive learning where we try to cover all this. Okay, when we meet face to face, we'll come that side. Okay, no worries. Okay, cool. So tomorrow we meet. It's now goodbye. As somebody would say when after reading what news present, you were there and it has dropped. Okay, good. Okay, somebody would say present viewing. Now you can't view me. Okay, present viewing of the patient. Okay, cool. Bye. Nipo.
Bye, sir.
You are raising a hand for that. Okay. Okay. How does template protection? How does it ensure the privacy and security of biometric data?
Tukesa mwasuka femairo basa.
Reka tukamwasuka femairo. Yabatika kipinga pakakasunga kai. Mailo, yashiri mailo. Like some people would say, mailo edi. Okay, bye. Papa ntukuti wakuipusha. Kuwe afya.